Hey guys, how's it going? It's time for not a video game for probably the first time. um, so yeah. Oh wow, I can, hey, I can hear that in your room. Anyway. So yeah, I'm back from Combo Breaker, one of the biggest fighting game offline tournaments of the year every year. So I just kind of wanted to do a quick stream to like just talk about it because it was a really cool event. So I guess I really have no real plan for this. I've never done a stream like this before, so hopefully it's not too much of a horrible mess. But I figure we'll go ahead and start by just talking about how I did in the tournaments. So, we'll start with Strive. Strive was my main game that I played. Like, the main one that I, was really trying for. Alright, and I got 97th out of 1,056 people. Which is pretty nice. I went 4-2. 4-2. The people I lost to were both very high level players as well, so feel quite good about that one. I lost to White Black in winners finals of my pool, and then I lost to Sonic Fox in the losers bracket. White Black is a soul player from France. I feel really bad for the way that I lost him. Also, I just noticed the music. How does this happen every time I go live? I don't know why, but it resizes itself every time. Anyway, yeah, White Black is a French soul player. I hadn't heard of him before this event, but apparently he's fairly well known in France. He's got a very good soul. I feel really bad for the way that I lost to him though. Because I feel like I shouldn't have lost to the thing I lost to. But I did. So what happened was he kept doing Bandit Revolver, just one hit of Bandit Revolver. The move where Soul jumps up and hits you with his knee. He kept doing that, and then on hit he would stop the combo and then grab me. This is super fake. This is not real at all, but I fell for it every single time. I don't know what was wrong with me, but I got hit by it 5 times. I even told myself that I was not going to get hit by that ever again. And then what did I do? I got hit by it and he killed me. So, yeah. Oh well. Shout out to White Black though. He's a really great player. I am just very weak to gimmicks. But even if I hadn't gotten hit by that, he was very, very good. Then Sonic Fox, I knew I was doomed the moment I had to fight them, of all people, right? Sure, Strive's not their main game, but come on now. It's Sonic Fox. But, I gave it my best shot. Right, for some reason it says that I got a game off of them. This is not true. This is not true at all. I don't know why. I reported it as a 3-0. But for some reason they listed it as a 3-1. But I did get to do something funny to them. So it was a complete curb stomp in their favor, right? Of course it was. But in the 3rd round, I noticed that they had run up and crouch blocked at me round start every single time. So I was like, okay, they're for sure gonna do it the next time. I have an idea. So if you saw CEO 2021, Kizzy K versus Remy Celeste, Remy noticed that Kizzy would run up and crouch block almost every round on round start. So they did charge 5D, and it worked. And I flashed back to that moment, and it worked. I actually did it. I did probably the most disrespectful round start you could possibly do against the Sonic Fox. And I nailed them. Right up into the sky. They had we had a bit of a crowd behind us as well, because people wanted to watch Sonic Fox fight, of course, right? And I just heard like 5 dudes behind us just go, "Yo! Oh my god! Did he just do that?" It was great. It was great. But yeah, then they curb stomped me right after it. But yeah, so 97th in Strive. That is extremely good, dude. Like, holy crap. Out of 1,056 people? Dang. Probably the biggest Strive tournament we've ever had. Offline, at least. So, very, very happy with my performance in Strive. Then in Blaze Blue... Oh, come on now. Where'd the thing go? How did I... Okay. Here we go. Trying to get to... There we go. There we go. So yeah, I ended up getting 49th in Blaze Blue, which was pretty cool. I had a lot less entrants than Strive did at 264. But I was still happy. I got to Losers Finals of my pool. Losers Finals. Now, I know I've done a couple of streams and like a video about learning S and all that, but I only really played S when I was streaming. So my S was still basically like a day 2 S. So I was like, you know what? I barely even know how to play S at all. I'm just gonna go Noelle. I'm just gonna play Noelle. I'm just gonna play bottom 3 Noelle. And we're gonna see how that goes, because I know her better than I know S. And I got the Losers Finals of my pool, which was pretty cool. The first match I had was against DLZ, who I believe was the 17th seed in the entire tournament. So he was expected to go 17th. He was expected to get 17th place. He ended up getting 2nd. So my first game was against a guy who came in 2nd. That went about as well as you'd think. I got absolutely curb stomped. Then I got 2 DQs, which was pretty nice. So I knew I wasn't gonna go 0-2. And then I fought a second Susanoo. My first match in Blaze Blue was against a Susanoo player. And then I sit down to fight another Susanoo, and I'm like, oh boy. But I was able to get him. It was funny though. He had like his squad with him, right? And they came up when they heard, or no, they couldn't hear that, but they saw, is what I mean. Oh, hey Jack, how's it going? I've been doing great. How have you been? But yeah, so his squad like rolls up when we're getting through the character select screen, and I just hear, "Yo, is that a Noelle Vermillion?" And then I turn around and some guy's like extending his fist for a fist bump, and he's like, "Yeah, man, Noelle, let's go." Yeah, I fist bump him. I'm all like, "Hey, a fellow man of culture." And during the set, he was like really impressed with my Noelle. I still remember a good amount of Noelle. I've still got the muscle memory. So I was doing some stuff, and I was putting in some work, right? Apparently I inspired that guy to pick Noelle back up, and the guy I actually fought was very emphatic in please do. He's like, I had no idea what was going on. Please learn Noel. So that was cool. And then I got to losers finals, and I barely lost. It was like last round, last game. Yeah, Blaze Blue went quite well. Blaze Blue went much better than I had even anticipated. And then the other tournament that I entered in Combo Breaker, like the proper version, was the mystery game tournament. Oh, yeah, it is actually. It's one of the biggest fighting game tournaments we have every year. I think the big three are Evo, CEO, and Combo Breaker. Evo being like the big one. Right. Oh, it's cool, Jack. No need to apologize. But yeah, so 97th in Strive out of 1,056. 49th in Blaze Blue out of 264. And then 193rd in the mystery game tournament out of 256. I got absolutely busted in this. I went 0 and 2. So, for those who don't know, the mystery tournament is a thing that Combo Breaker has every year, where every round of the tournament, like every time you sit down to play, it's a different game. And you have no clue what game it's gonna be until you sit down. And I got busted. Rip. I actually pulled up some reference for the games that I did play in the mystery tournament, though. The first one I played was Kii Resonance, I believe is how you pronounce it. It was actually really cool. It's like this 1v1 like samurai fighting game. It's like one hit and you die. I doubt the audio's hearable over the music, but yeah, and you have to like change the way you're holding your sword to get different angles, but I couldn't really figure out how to do that, and it was mystery game, so I just had to find something that worked. And I barely lost. It was like a first to 2 game set, and each game was first to 5 rounds. And it went last round, last game, and the dude just rushed me, and I couldn't counter. Rip. But yeah, it was really fun. I liked it. And then in the losers finals, or not losers finals, the losers bracket is what I mean to say, I played Hokuto no Ken. And by the way, thank you to Death Note for the footage here. Yeah, so Hokuto no Ken, or Fist of the North Star, is a very infamous fighting game, right? Infamous for being so absurdly broken. Like, anime fighting games are typically kind of broken, but this one is incredibly broken. Like, look at this combo right here. Now, from what I've heard, the game is actually really bad unless you use the insane amount of glitches that actually let the game be fun and let you do stuff like this. The combo's not even close to being done right now. It's not even at the interesting part of the combo. Give it just a second. Alright, there we go. Here we go. The dribble combo, as it's called. This is an infinite, by the way. He can do this until either Rao dies or the time runs out. And a lot of combos in this game, the time runs out before their health bar does. There's this one infamous clip from a tournament for this game where someone gets hit by a standing jab and then immediately pulls out their cell phone and starts browsing through Twitter because they know they're gonna be out of commission for the next couple minutes. Oh man. But yeah, I had to play this game. I've never played it before though, so it wasn't anything near that level of funny combo. It was just kind of me and another guy mashing buttons, and unfortunately, he came out on top with that one. So I went 0-2 in the mystery game tournament. I wasn't too upset about it because it's just mystery tournament, but you know, this is a North Star should stay a beat 'em up game. Nah man, I want another one of those. That'd be great. You can do that, barely get any food or water through the whole series. Yeah. How is Kenshiro so built, man? The boy hasn't eaten. Anyway, so that was it for my like main tournament placings. They had All In Together, which was a side thing that was done by the community, and it had more tournaments. The only one that I entered though was Mystery Game Doubles with a friend of mine, and we ended up getting 5th place. Asterisk. Just asterisk, right? Because unfortunately there was a little bit of drama with this tournament, which sucks, right? So we ended up getting to winners semifinals, but there was some confusion with the rule set. We kind of won winners semifinals, but due to the confusion, we thought we'd lost, and by the time it was found out, it was way too late to change anything. So it's kind of a weird thing. It says here we got 5th, but also as like a consolation for the weirdness, we were paid out. We got a payout as if we got 4th place. So that was an unfortunate state of affairs, unfortunately. But hey, it was just Mystery Game Doubles, so it's whatever. It's regrettable, but not the worst thing that could have happened, right? At least it wasn't like, you know, getting the winner semis of Guilty Gear Strive and then something happening like that. But, oh well. And then that is actually the end for the tournaments, but there were a couple other things I wanted to talk about. Mostly, I have some stories from the trip. Let's see here. I took some pictures. So, for reference, here's the venue. Here's what the venue looked like. This was my second, major, my second offline, big tournament. The first one I was at was CEO in December of last year, and that venue was like half the size of this one. So we walked in here and I was just aghast at how large the space was. Alright. Like, you had, on both sides of the venue, you had 5 big screens for all the tournament not all the tournament matches, but you know, for the main games tournament matches, so you could just watch whenever. You had like a massive amount of areas for tournament matches, you know, these places were like 101, 111, 121, right? And then right behind me on this picture, you had a very large area for casual games. There were like 8 Strive setups just for casual games, and then there were a bunch for every other main game as well. Looks like a venue to watch people play children's card games. I wouldn't be surprised if they had like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic tournaments here. Let's see here. Then this was on day 1 of the tournament proper. And this was day 3. This was the night of day 3, when 6,000 cap for players. Yeah. Like, man, there were so many people on day 3. Like, this picture doesn't really capture it, but like, man. And this was a little bit before top 8 of Strive really popped off. And once that happened, like, half the venue was taken up by people sitting down to watch it. There were a large amount of people. Very large. And they were all actually taking the necessary COVID safety precautions, which was nice. That's always cool. Thank you, FGC, for being cool. Alright, and then still the pictures I had of the venue. Although, one little thing while I'm talking about COVID safety precautions. So they would give you like this paper thing to put around your wrist to signify that, you know, you were fully vaccinated and everything, and that had been checked up. It was just a piece of paper with adhesive on one side. So they were very flimsy, and when I tried to take mine off on the night of day 0, it made it look like a spooky monster. I just thought that was funny. I just thought that was a funny little thing there. Alright, let me see here. What else we got? Oh yeah, the hotel room. The hotel room was really nice. So I was there with 2 of my friends, and we all split the same hotel room. We actually ended up getting a nicer hotel room than what was paid for. Like it was a much nicer hotel room than we had paid for. It was supposed to have like 1 bed. It had 2. It had 2 whole beds. It was glorious. Technically 3, because the chair right here was a fold out, and the fold out was not as nice as these, not by a long shot, but it was okay. I slept fine. Yeah, it felt like a mini apartment more than a hotel room. It was pretty cool. Let's see here. And since Combo Breaker, it's in Schaumburg. Who slept on the sofa? I did. One guy puts the room on his credit card, so he always gets the bed. And then my other friend slept on the floor through all of CEO. So when we got there, I'm like, hey man, you're sleeping on the bed, I'll take the couch. You knew it. Let's see here. So, Combo Breaker is in Schaumburg. It's like right next to Chicago. So of course the first thing we do when we get there is we get some Chicago pizza. This isn't the most Chicago deep dish I've ever had, but it was quite good. But there's a bit of a funny that happened while we were ordering this, right? So the lady came up and she's like, hey, can I get your order? And we're like, yeah, we get this pizza right here. And she's like, oh, do you want any appetizers to go with it? We hadn't even thought of the appetizers because we were so focused on pizza. So she took our pizza order and we're like, oh, we'll look through the menu for now. And we start looking through, and I see garlic bread for $5, right? I'm like, you guys want to get some garlic bread? Does that sound good? And they're like, oh, yeah, sure. So I order 3 garlic breads, and I had assumed that when they said garlic bread, they meant like, a little bowl with some breadsticks with garlic on them, right? Like a single person portion. They brought us 3 full loaves of garlic bread. With marinara sauce. But 3 whole loaves of garlic bread get plopped down on our table, and I'm like, wait, what? Oh no, I've made a horrible mistake. Garlic man. Hey Oxpa, how's it going? But yeah, so I realized I'd made a horrible mistake here, and the guys start roasting me, right? They're like, man, why'd you order so much? I was so confused when you said 3. But hey, joke's on them. All three of us ate the entire loaf. All right. Before the pizza even came in, we were all done with our garlic bread. It was very good. And we still had a lot of room. Gluten-free? I have no clue. But I was probably full of gluten. Whatever that means, I was full of it. All right. Yeah, and then the pizza comes in, and the pizza was really great. We were not able to finish the whole thing at at the restaurant for obvious reasons, considering the garlic bread fiasco. So we brought like 2 slices in a takeout box to the hotel. And then I got to try Five Guys. Five Guys is pretty good. Don't ever order any appetizers. Yeah, seriously. Or just order one. Yeah, I got to try Five Guys. And Five Guys was pretty good. It wasn't the greatest burger I've ever had, but it was quite nice. They had so many French fries in that. For reference, this was my first Five Guys. Like, we don't have them where I'm from, right? I was not expecting like a bag that's like 1.5 feet tall, it felt like. And then my burger at the very bottom, and then a little cup of fries, and then half that bag full of fries on top of it. It was good. I wasn't complaining though. Hotel also gave us complimentary breakfast. So that's pretty nice. That's all the food. That's all the food that I took pictures of. And then, again, since we were in Chicago, we went to Galloping Ghost Arcade, which, for those who don't know, is kind of a legend in the fighting game community as, like, the arcade, right? This is probably the biggest arcade in the US that's still alive, as far as I know. But, so, of course, we had to cross that off the FGC bucket list, and much to my surprise, I was able to cross off a childhood bounty, alright? So, they had the F-Zero arcade game. I never thought I'd get to play this. It was amazing, right? I haven't been to Five Guys in a while. But, so I remember as a child flipping through Nintendo Power and seeing articles about F-Zero AX, the arcade version of F-Zero GX. I was so jealous because it only came out in Japan, and I was like, man, I wish I could play that, but I'll never get to. Well, joke's on you, Baby Bane. You got to play the game, and it was glorious. It had like the Falcon Punch. Unfortunately, I couldn't Falcon Punch anyone. But translated to English? No. Not a letter. But thankfully, well, actually, it wasn't translated to Japanese, but a weird quirk of Japanese games is a lot of their menus are in English for some reason. So I was able to go through that, but the rest of the text, not a word. But it had like your typical racing arcade game setup, right? You know, you're in a big old seat, you got your steering wheel and your pedals, but this seat had hydraulics in it. And you know how F-Zero tracks are super uneven and stuff? If you were at a slant in the game, the hydraulics would kick in and like slant the seat, so you had to like tilt yourself to stay upright. It felt like it was gonna throw me out of the seat. It was glorious. It was amazing. And they also had a previous version of JoJo Heritage to the Future, which was pretty cool. I didn't actually know there were multiple versions of Heritage, but there were, and they had an earlier version of the JoJo fighting game. That was pretty sick. Very immersive it was. It was great. Then they had like a whole Street Fighter area. They had multiple areas that were just like large lines of fighting games. I don't know why I just took a picture of Missile Command, but I did. They had They had all sorts of arcade games. It was great. They had Primal Rage 2. They had Primal Rage 2. This game was canceled. This game never actually came out. But there is at least one arcade board that survived. And it's in Galloping Ghost, so we got to play it a bit. It was a weird game. It was weird, but hey, I had fun with it. And it was cool to be able to say, hey, I played Primal Rage 2, and not on an emulator. Now, let's see here. We also had this weird Aerosmith rail shooter? I'd never heard of this before. But, yeah, it was like a 3-player Aerosmith rail shooter. I guess there was some kind of, like, government crackdown on music or something, and you had to, like, fight your way to being able to play music again. I didn't understand the story. It was weird. And then Galloping Ghost, you know, Chicago, right? That's where MK, that's where Mortal Kombat was born. And a lot of the actors from the original Mortal Kombat are still hanging out around the area. They even have like a gym that they run. So there was a whole lot of classic MK memorabilia with like autographs and stuff and pictures from behind the scenes. I had a few more pictures of these, but I didn't want to make it all that. You knew this was the arcade? Alright, that's all the pictures I had of Galloping. And then Aerosmith's story makes perfect sense. Well, I'm glad you could understand it, Tim. And then, finally, in terms of like pictures and stuff, the merch haul. I bought merch. I bought merchandise. So I kind of forgot to take pictures of some of it, so I'm actually just gonna go to the websites here. 10O had this really cool long sleeve Guilty Gear shirt. Sleeves like heaven or hell, and then on the back it's got Kai and Soul's swords like crossed, like in the reveal trailer, and the little mankind knew that they could not change society, so instead of reflecting on themselves, they blamed the beasts. So I really like this. Although one nitpick I have with it is like on the side, like right here, at like the, is that called like the hem at the very bottom? There's like a 10-0 tag on there that I can't get off, and it like brushes up against my wrist sometimes when I walk, but hopefully breaking the shirt in will fix that. Then from the actual Combo Breaker shop, I didn't get much from the Combo Breaker shop, mostly because this shirt I have coming in. I bought this shirt online when it was first shown off. Thought it was a reference to Dio. Hey, it might be. It might be. A friend of mine actually asked what heaven or hell was supposed to mean, and I told him Daisuke thought it sounded cool. So I may have been wrong. It may actually have a meaning. But yeah, this shirt, I really like this shirt, but I bought it well before the event because I thought that it would be just like that one promotion. But so yeah, this is coming in the mail at some point, so I didn't buy that. But then I did get this mug. It's a nice ceramic mug, not steel. Oh yeah, I knew you were talking about the rocker Dio. I mean, it would fit with Guilty Gear's music references. But yeah, this mug is nice. I also got this little shot glass. And these stone coasters. These stone coasters were nice. My bag actually got stopped at TSA on the way home. I got stopped on the way home by TSA because of these coasters. I don't know what they looked like in my bag. But yeah, the TSA lady started going through my bag, and then she opened up the box, and it was just like, oh, these are very nice coasters, sir, and gave them back to me, and then I was free to go. No clue what she thought they were. Yeah, and then the Artist Alley. Oh boy, the Artist Alley. Hey, Mystery X player, how's it going? So, as you could probably surmise by now, I am a little bit of a weeaboo. So when we go to Artist Alleys at these places, probably thought there were sharp glass bottoms. Maybe. But when we go to these places and I hit the Artist Alley, I typically go broke. I typically spend a lot of money. This time I didn't spend as much money as I had expected at the Artist Alley, but mostly because a lot of the people at CEO were also at Combo Breaker, so I had already gotten a lot of their stuff that I liked. But there were some new ones, like the guy who sold me this. Look at this. This poster is so sick. I love it, dude. Can't remember exactly who sold it to me. I'm bad with names, but like, this is probably one of my favorite things that I got. Calling a VTuber a weeb. That's what I said. You may have surmised that I might enjoy a bit of anime. Yeah, this is so sick. And then another one that was from the same guy was this poster of Nago and Baiken. Aw, oh, dude, the shot is so cool. I love it. I love it so much. Oh, these characters look familiar? Yeah, they're from Killer Instinct. Which, Killer Instinct is a game that I enjoy, but it's not one that I've played a whole lot. But when I saw this, I was like, dude. And I showed it to my friend who's like a big KI fan, and he thought it was cooler than I thought it was. Yeah. And then the Nago Baiken. Unfortunately, these are 13 by 19. And I cannot, for the life of me, find a frame that is 13 by 19. I'll keep looking. Which is unfortunate, but hey, I'll keep looking. I'll find one. And then, I got Ronnie the Witch from Elden Ring. I gave it to my brother because he's a bigger Elden Ring fan than I am. But this is a really nice looking poster. I really like this one. Walmart and Hobby Lobby. Oh, I'll check Hobby Lobby. And then I'm a weeb. I'm a VTuber. All right. And I may enjoy a couple of VTubers. So I got a Nino Mae Inanis print. It looks really nice. The Takodachi here looks like Eddie from Strive though, and that is too funny to me. The frog-eyed witch. Oof. Like, it looks so much like Eddie from Strive. It's just too good. And then I also got one of Pomu Rain Puff from Niji Sanji. Though there is a bit of a funny story with this one in particular. So one of my friends was joking about me disappearing into the Artist Alley to buy my shameful purchases, right? And I was like, oh, I have no shame anymore. I've given up on hiding my power level with VTubers. I will buy the VTuber prints with no shame. And then I go to buy the Ina and the Pomu ones. They were from the same artist. And I didn't notice that he had 3 Pomus? 3 Pomu prints, right? So when I asked, can I get the Pomu one? He's like, which one? And then I realized I really did not want to say out loud in public, please give me the maid outfit Pomu. Because that has implications. That has some implications. So I'm sitting there like, oh no, how do I phrase this? And then I probably looked even more suspicious, but I tried to just point up at it. I tried to just point at it. But the guy was facing away from his own merchandise, of course, right? So he's trying to look around it. And I'm just like, oh no. Like, I could feel like, I'm sure no one was judging me for buying this that was near this art table. Like, come on now. But I was just like dying inside. I could feel my face starting to heat up. All right, it was bad. And then some guy behind me is just like, he wants the maid Palmer. I'm like, yeah, that's the one. And he goes, oh, okay, cool. And he just gives it to me and I pay. Oh, so the monkey has a bit of shame. The monkey still has some shame. And the last thing that I bought, which was definitely the most expensive purchase of the weekend, I bought a new controller. Perler seller next table over, probably shaking his head. No, don't make me relive that moment. But yeah, so I bought a hitbox, which is like a new controller, except instead of like a joystick, those red buttons are my directionals. The one on the bottom is actually up, so it's like a jump button in fighting games. I have always kind of wanted to try a hitbox, but they were like kind of expensive. So they had a booth. They had a booth in the venue, and I'm like, well, I'll give it a shot. And I did, and I'm like, oh no, I love it. That's not good. So after a lot of trying to talk myself out of it, I bought a hitbox. So I'm gonna be trying to learn how to play on this thing for the next few weeks, because it's got some learning curve. Figured I'd make some content out of it, you know? And then, that's it for the stuff that I bought. But, there is one last thing for us to do today, right? So, in Chicago, there is a guy called the Popcorn Baron. And he had a booth there. And a friend of mine waited in line for 2 hours to get some popcorn for us. And he bought some for the whole group. I got a text after 2 hours of him waiting in line, and he's like, this better be some good popcorn, right? So I figured I could make that a bit of content, right? So I had him buy me 2 flavors of popcorn, right? I paid him back, of course, but had him grab me 2 flavors. One that I thought sounded really good, and one that I thought sounded really weird and or gross. So I'm gonna taste test it here. So we're gonna be tasting Nashville Hot and ketchup flavored. Ketchup. Popcorn. So yeah, we're gonna start with Nashville Hot. Let me grab it really quick. It's right next to me. Okay, there we go. I have yet to open this up. I have not tried it. I did actually try one kernel of my buddy's popcorn. It was like red velvet cheesecake or something. It tasted pretty good. So let's see here. Nashville Hot. It smells like pork rinds? Alright. Let's give it a shot. Ooh. Oh wow, that is kind of spicy. Not too bad, but it's kind of hitting the back of my throat. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's really good. Tastes like vaguely familiar, but I can't place what it tastes like. Alright then. Alright, so that was the Nashville Hot. Alright. We'll try the ketchup, but let me get a drink real quick to cleanse the palate. Okay. And ketchup flavored. Now, I'm a little bit worried about this because the package came slightly open in transit. So hopefully that doesn't ruin them. But hey, it makes it easier for me to open. So let's see here. Ketchup. It smells strongly of ketchup. Ooh. Very strongly of ketchup. Alright. Interesting bag of ketchup indeed. Okay, here we go. I do like ketchup, but ketchup flavored popcorn sounded really weird. Alright. Here we go. Ugh. Yep. Mmm. Mmm. Yeah, it's odd. It's very odd. I can't say that it necessarily tastes horrible, though. But it's really weird. It's really weird to like, taste ketchup from a piece of popcorn. Alright, then. Yeah, I'll just set that to the side right now. You wouldn't have eaten it. I can't blame you. The Nashville hot flavor was really good, though. And that red velvet cheesecake that I bummed off of my friend, that was really good as well. Alright. So, that's it. That's it for the popcorn that I had. That was interesting. Oh, I guess I do have one more picture. So, I used to think, right? I used to think that I was too cool for school, right? I used to think, oh, why would I ever get starstruck, right? Top players, they're just people. They're like me. They just press buttons better than me, right? There's no need to get all starstruck. And then I went to CEO, and every time I saw a top player that I've looked up to for years, I would get a little bit freaked out. Well, Monkey worked up his courage this time. I got a picture with Lord Knight. Which, I don't really have much of a story with this one, but I'm just happy. I've looked up to Lord Knight as a fighting game player for a long time, so it was cool to meet him, It was just cool to meet him. I am a disgusting fanboy. Yeah, that's about it. Trying to see if I missed anything. No, that's about it. Oh, excuse me. Oh man, we've been going for like 50 minutes. Oh, this is a longer stream than I had expected, but I think that's probably gonna be it. So, probably gonna end off here in a moment. Gonna come back on Saturday, like the normal stream time. I would have done this stream yesterday, but I wanted to rest after all of that, right? So next stream will probably be the 100 subscriber special, where I mod the crap out of Guilty Gear Strive. I spent a good 2 hours today getting mods, so here's hoping it's gonna be really cool. I need more though, because it's kind of hard to find funny mods of certain characters, but I will find them. So yeah, I'll be back on Saturday with that at 7 p.m. All right, let me try this outro. Thank you guys for coming out. I really appreciate it. I stream on both YouTube and Twitch, so if you could drop me a follow and a subscribe and all that stuff on both of them, I'd really appreciate it. I stream from Saturday at 7 p.m. to Tuesday 7 p.m. I'm running out of steam. I almost had that. I almost had the outro. Anyway, thanks for coming out. I really appreciate it. Have a good night. Peace out, guys.